right up here, and then the other kids will be right next to you, okay? And they may just say, hey, tell me about your kids, or what's your favorite thing that you learned, or something like that.
When y'all are talking, you got to talk right into this mic, so bring it down to your level.
Perfect.
Talk
And you know
right there
Mr.
at your
Klein,
mouth.
so it's no need to be nervous. Mr. Klein was just with us, okay? Just share about what you do, okay?
There's not many people here, so you're good.
You know that you can do this. So when they're done, when Miss Buchanan's done, you're gonna pull this down, and then you're gonna talk, okay? And you're gonna use your big voice, use your and make sure that you're thinking about looking at their eyes, because you're gonna be talking to these
I have a
people.
fear of public. Like if I'm talking about public, I'm scared.
No,
If I'm talking, but if I'm showing them, I'm scared.
you know,
Like,
look at.
like this one time I made a Lego thing, and I was actually happy to do it. Then I realized,
But you know
no
what?
matter.
Your friends are going to be right here, and we'll be right here too. And you know a lot of these people, so you can barely even see over the thing. So just pretend they're not even there if you want to. But remember, eye contact with them and say, "This is what I like about
Really
queer."
think I'm, really think I'm that toy. A guy when I was 9 years old in my age.
It's serious. How are you? Good. How are you? Good.
Mr. Mayor, it's 7 o'clock.
Gotcha. Ready? I'd like to call the November 15th, 2022 meeting of the Irmo Town Council to order at 7 o'clock, and I'd like to start with the call in order and the pledge of allegiance by Councilman Eric Sickinger. Will you all please rise?
I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to
of the republic
for
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we pray that we make good decisions tonight that benefit the residents in this community, and pray for peace in the town and for our residents. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Councilman Sickinger. Tonight, we have the reading of the minutes that were sent to us electronically of October 18th, 2022. Is there a motion to accept the minutes?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Are there any changes to the minutes? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. The reading of the minutes for November 1st, 2022, is there a motion for acceptance?
So moved.
I'll second.
Thank you. Are there any changes to the minutes? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? In the opinion of the chairs, the ayes have it. Thank you back there. Report of standing, administrative briefing. We have received the administrator's briefing electronically, and do we have any changes for the administrative briefing? Seeing none, are there any changes for us, Mr. Administrator?
The only thing I wanted to add is next week is a short week for us. If you have agenda items for the workshop that following week, if you can get them to us pretty soon next week.
What's happening next week is a short week.
Turkey Day.
Oh, Thanksgiving. Okay. Well, I got you. Any new in-town businesses, Mr. Sickinger?
Mr. Mayor, I was going to open one just so we had one, but no new in-town businesses this month.
We don't have any new in-town businesses. Well, Mr. Sickinger, we got to work on that.
I'm pounding the pavement as we speak.
All right, thank you, sir. Amendments to the agenda. Are there any amendments to the agenda? Seeing,
I think based on Councilman Danielson not being here, I'd like to make a motion that we remove item F from the agenda.
okay.
And
I'll second.
Well, we can remove it, or we can just not, when we get to it, just
that's true.
drop it.
Yeah. Either way works.
I'd rather do it that way than
Okay.
amending the agenda.
That's fine.
If that's all right with you. Okay. Thank you. Any other amendments to the agenda? Seeing none, we're going to move forward then. Consideration of communications. We have several, so council, will you meet me down below for the consideration of communications? We have the unique opportunity. We have the unique opportunity to recognize businesses in the town of Irmo. And as a person from Elite Personal Training, come on up. I'm Barry Walker. Stand up here with us.
Very nice to meet you.
And she's fit as a bee, and I guess you're trying to tell me I need to join your personal training group.
I'm telling you that we love making people have great lives.
Okay. Well, I want to read this proclamation to you. This is for your business, Elite Personal Training, being recognized as a small business of the month for the town of Irmo for November 2022. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Got it? Got it?
Thank you.
You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Well, in April of next year, I'm going to be in business 15 years in this
Oh,
great
wow.
town. Yeah.
Congratulations.
so thank you very,
And you can
very
get this
much.
belly off of me
I
before
can.
Christmas or
Yes,
after?
I can.
I mean, I grew a beard and everything for
Okay,
Santa
you gotta
Claus. and it-
get the shave on the camera for that, okay?
All right.
It's a collaboration. Yes,
Thank you.
thank you so much. We very
Thank
much
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you so much.
come on. Oh,
Thank
sorry.
you, thank you.
Come on, thank you.
Mayor.
I'm almost scared to go there. Continuing on, presentations from our auditor. We have successfully completed our town audit. We do that every year. And here are the results from the auditor from Highsmith and Highsmith.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Town Council. Always a pleasure to be here. It's good to see everyone again this year. Thanks for allowing us to do the audit again. Always pleasurable coming down here to Irmo and seeing what's going on. I'm going to keep my comments brief tonight. There are a couple of highlights I would just like to point out in the audit report. If you'll flip over in the thicker report of the financial statements, on page 1 is the independent auditor's report. And the first paragraph is the opinion on the audit. And it's our pleasure to say that it's a clean opinion for the town of Irmo for the fiscal year ended June 30th, 2022. On page, 10, it's the statement of net position. It is the balance sheet basically, and this includes all the capital assets and the long-term debt of the town. For the year ended June 30th, 2022, the total assets were $15,344,434, of which $7,547,417 was in cash, and $6,382,745 was in capital assets. The total liabilities of the town were $6,126,813, of which $4,527,000 is that net pension liability. So if we subtract it out, because we hope it never comes due, the liabilities really are $1.5 million, $1.6 million for the town. The total net position of the town is $9,322,856, of which $2,807,313 is considered unrestricted, meaning the town can spend that at the town council's discretion. On page 11 is what we call the statement of activity. It's really a profit and loss statement. And on the far right-hand column, the totals column, the third number from the bottom, this is one I always like to point out to town council, our net position increased for the year $4,118,088. Flipping over to the next page on page 12, I always like to look at the general fund for the town. This pretty much is the operations of the town. The total assets were $7,228,069. The total liabilities of the general fund were $448,311. Our fund balance is $6,779,758, of which $6,476,082 is unassigned. It's not earmarked for any program with the town. On page 14, it's the statement of revenues and expenditures. For the general fund, we had total revenues of $12,815,978. Our total expenditures were $9,495,646. And our transfers out to other funds were $1,529,522. So we had an increase in the general fund of $1,790,810. Let's see. On page 29, I don't go through the footnotes in detail. There's good information in there if you're reading it. and have any questions, you can always give me a call. But I always like to go over the capital assets of the town. On page 29, the land is $2,518,903. Our capital assets being depreciated, this is our land improvements, buildings, furniture, vehicles, equipment, is $10,326,520. We've accumulated $6,462,678 in accumulated depreciation. So our net capital assets are $6,382,745. One more schedule just to touch briefly on is on page 42. And this is how the general fund did against this budget for the year. As we mentioned before, our general fund revenues were $12,815,978. That was over our budget by $5,170,713. Our total expenditures were $9,495,646, and our expenditures were over budget $1,930,080, and a lot of that was due to the capital assets from the ARPA money that we received. So we did have that increase in the general fund balance of $1,790,810. The other report that is, I passed along to you, is the smaller report. It's just our communication with town council to let you know how the audit went. We didn't run into any unusual items that we needed to bring to town council's attention. Management provided us all the information that we needed, signed our representation letter saying they had provided everything we had asked for. And the only thing we asked town council to do, due to the accounting staff size, is to stay involved in the monthly review of the financial statements and the budgeting process. And I'm open for any questions.
Council, all right?
That last item of yours, keeping on track monthly, is that related to the segregation of duties item?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And probably as long as a firm has been providing an audit for the town, they've recommended a complete segregation of duties. Is that effectively just, for the general public and those watching, are we effectively saying like a CFO kind of position?
Well,
or financial director?
To really get the segregation of duties the way the town would need it, you'd probably have to hire 4 or 5 people to effectively segregate all the accounting functions that are there. And then Ms. Renee would even have to have somebody approve journal entries before anything was done. So it's basically just to let you guys know that, hey, the town is trying as hard as they can to segregate duties and to mitigate these risks. But because of we only have 2, 3, 4 people in the accounting department helping, it's hard to separate them the way they need to be with the oversight that needs to be there. So we're asking town council just to help be that oversight with the town administrator.
That's what I wanted to hear. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Bush? I have nothing. Barb? I got a couple of questions for
Yes,
you.
sir,
On
Mr.
page
Mayor.
14, you reference at the bottom of it the total fund balances beginning of the year, and then the fund balance at the end of the year, end of the accounting year. At the beginning of the year, it says $5,088,000,
Yes, sir.
and then at the end of the year, it was $8,407,000.
Yes, sir.
So am I to assume that that was our balance of cash on hand?
Well, it won't tie exactly to the cash in hand, but it does come close to it. Yes, sir.
Okay, and then on page 42, again, or is it page 42? Yeah, page 42, again, you have the 2021 beginning year balances of $5,229,000, and then the end of the year fund balances of $4,988,000. So
Correct.
does that assume that I can safely say that we are in the black by $4,988,000?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was the beginning fund balance for the year.
Yeah.
As of June 30th, 2022, you're actually, if you want to say that, you will be $6,779,000 to the good at the end of 2022.
Okay, where's that?
That is on the second column over from the 21 column. We show a comparative column on there, 21, just to let council see how actual numbers did. So it's kind of like the middle column.
Okay, so we are in the black. by
Yes, sir.
6 million, what was that number?
779,000.
Okay,
So you're to the good.
okay, so after all of our expenses last year, we were positive $6,779,000.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
For a town that had a budget of roughly 9 million.
Correct. Correct. That's the accumulated total.
So
That's
how
6
do we
million.
spend 9 million to run a town and still have 6 million left in the
Good
bank?
fiscal management.
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear. Thank you. Good job, Mr. Courtney. You've done a great job. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, guys. Y'all have a great Thanksgiving next
All right.
week, okay?
Thank you very much, and that was very good news to hear. Moving right along, the Ochre Strut. Will the people from the Ochre Strut please come on down? Oh,
That's a person.
I'm not sure on people, but I'll do
wait a
this.
minute now. We have a new chairman now. Is the new chairman going to stand there with you to take the heat, or?
The new chairman is not here this evening,
Okay,
but he will be here for your next meeting.
no worries. I'm going to hold you to it. That's right.
So thank you very much. Appreciate being able to follow the audit every year. Just tells me that you have millions of dollars that you can give the orchestra. I appreciate that. So just wanted to say thank you to council for all your support. We had a wonderful orchestra. We feel like we had our best attendance this year, that more than we've had in a good number of years that I'm aware of. We had great entertainment. We had no major incidences as far as anything negative, and that's what we always, people came out, enjoyed the orchestra, and were safe about it, and we all get to move on to next year. So that was a great thing. As far as our budget, we had revenues of $167,499.03. And we had expenses of $139,923.63, giving us a surplus of about $27,575. So we're very pleased with that number. Many people in the committee worked very hard. Most of our revenue categories we exceeded. We had a few expense categories that we exceeded this year. And so we'll have a different budget for next year. So I would expect it to go up a little bit.
Thank you. Any questions for the orchestra, Mr. Signature?
Yeah, what would you say is the biggest miss on the expense side from your perspective? I mean, I can see the numbers, but
Yeah.
from your perspective, percentage-wise, or just,
We had a new expense this year that we hadn't planned on, and one of that big expense was insurance, liability insurance for the orchestra. We've never done that before, but town administrator felt that was a prudent decision. I agree with that. Insurance is always a good thing, especially if you need it and don't have it. I'm not so sure that orchestra should pay for it in their budget. I wonder if that shouldn't be a town expense, but that's up for you all to think about for future years. So,
fair enough. And then I saw on the revenue side, I don't mean to steal your thunder, Mr. Mayor, in case this is going to come up, but I noticed that you've made some money from parking as
Correct.
well. Is
Yes.
that correct? And so you budgeted, I think, 5,000?
correct. We budgeted
So you thought you might
5,000.
make $5,000, and
Right.
you ended up making more than that, didn't you?
Yeah, it's about $7,600.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and we still had room to park more cars. We didn't park as many cars as I would have. We chose a low revenue number because it was the first year. We didn't know how it was going to go. Better to be conservative than to not. But I wish we would have parked a few more cars. I wish more people would have taken advantage of it. And we hope that in the future that now people know about it and that they'll take advantage of that on-site parking.
Where's that insurance expense on your,
It's under miscellaneous expenses, which is code 50901.
oh, okay, it was $14,000?
Well, no, that was total miscellaneous was 14.
Oh,
The insurance was, and I'm not sure if you have the detailed report or not, but the insurance was about $4,800.
oh, okay. And that was just over and above, Courtney?
It's something we hadn't, but, I'm sorry, weren't
Was
asking.
that over and above what they normally? I mean, we have insurance for the park. Is that over and above for the special event?
It
Is
is.
that what it is?
It is, and it covers the alcohol, it covers the amusements, it covers a lot of things that our typical insurance doesn't have.
Gotcha.
And I would ask that maybe council absorb that as part of a town cost as opposed to putting it on the orchestra. But again, that's a discussion that you all can have at a future date.
I got you. I just want to see it. Thank
It
you.
doesn't cover the orchestra commission members, to the best of my knowledge.
I mean, if you break your leg, you're going to sue us.
Well, did you
that-
push me over? That will be the question.
All right. Thank you. Any more questions, council? No. Great job. Great orchestra. We're coming out of COVID. I am happy with the way y'all handle it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. TFA Cafe, are you here? Anybody from TFA Cafe? All right, moving right along. School Showcase, Dr. Wallman, you're going to have a bunch of good information from School Showcase. What is it, Dr. Wallman?
Yes, tonight we're highlighting Irmo Elementary School, and Principal Shannon Fincannon is here with some other folks from Irmo Elementary, as well as some students.
Good evening. I'm Shannon Fincannon, the principal at Irmo Elementary, and there's nothing I love more than bragging about our school and the awesome things that we are doing. If you've ever entered the halls of IES, you know what a special place it is, and it's hard to describe, but once you know, you know. That's how I describe it. But I wanted to share a few celebrations of things that have happened in the past couple weeks and get to the most important part, things that our children are going to share about one of the new things that we've added housed at IES. But one celebration that we had was we had our veterans do a drive-through parade last Thursday. Luckily, we made it through. If we can flip to the next slide, I'll show you a few pictures from that event. We made it in before the e-learning Friday. Luckily, I wondered, what made us do this on Thursday? I guess that was a gift from God because we got to have it before the weather might come in. But here's just a few of our students on that day sitting in the drive-through parade as our veterans drove through. And if you're not a part of our Facebook page, I'd encourage you to join, and you can see the video from the actual parade, which was really touching. We also had the WLTX Teacher of the Week just a few short weeks ago, and that's Miss Nicole Bishop. She's a second grade teacher this year, typically a first grade teacher, and she was a teacher to my personal children and then has continued to be the most amazing. Every teacher at IES deserves that award, but I will share that WLTX shared with me that we had so many nominations. Even Ms. Bishop received multiple, but several of our teachers had received those. So I think that says a lot about our families and that connection. And then one other special award I wanted to share that one of our teachers just received. You may not know we house an emotionally disabled classroom at IES. Many people don't know that. And I was really excited to see this classroom receive the Bright Ideas grant. In the past couple weeks, they are starting their own business, which is going to bring so much to them. Imagine the self-confidence and just learning about how to start a business, but they will be selling coffee to our teachers. So our students are partnered with another fifth grade student as a mentor, and so our teachers are just excited about the coffee as well. And I wanted to, there's so many things I would share about IES, but I tried to think, what are the main things that stand out that make us who we are? And when I was talking about that feeling in the heart of the hive, if you look at that picture right up there, that's a few of our 5th grade students on the top. One of our teachers' mothers crocheted those hats for all of the 5th grade students, or 2 of the classes that co-teach together. And that's just one of the example of the connections we have with our families, with our teachers' families, our students. And they were so excited about those crocheted hats. You would think 5th grade, would they love a crocheted hat or would they not? And they truly were so proud. We're the only school in D5 that has a 4K tuition-based program, and that has been special to IES because we are a school of choice, and you may think we just pull from the Irmo cluster for school of choice, but we pull from all the clusters now because of 4K Excel. Truly is one of the defining factors, because the students come to us in 4K across all clusters, and then they fall in love and they stay with us. So maybe students that we would not have had, we get, which creates a more diverse just group of students, which I love. And I can always say I'm an example as a mom of every choice being a good choice within our district, although Irmo has my heart. I have a child that graduated from Irmo, one that will graduate from Dutch Fork this year, and then one that will graduate from Chapin. So I truly represent all clusters, but Irmo just has a special place in my heart. And then our partnership with Irmo Police. I believe we're the only school that has an Irmo police officer, is that correct? And our Irmo Town Police are with us so much that today they came in, not their fault, they had the wrong date for something, a drill that we're practicing because of just a human error. But that's so normal to us that we didn't know they were there for that. We were just talking to them like normal with 4 or 5 police officers in the front office, and that's a good thing. So that kind of shows that connection and that partnership. But most importantly, we've added SC Career Kids, and we have Miss Taylor Thigpen and Katie Wiggs, who may want to say a few words, and then most importantly, the star of the show, our IESBs that are participating in our SC Career Kids.
Hi, I'm Taylor Thigpen, and I'm actually an Irmo High School graduate, 2008. So this is home for me. Even though we now live in Northeast Columbia, it's always nice to be back home. So I work alongside of Katie Wiggs, and Katie has started this nonprofit organization called SC Career Kids, where we bring career exploration to students of all ages. And students are able to explore a wide variety of careers, not just, the big ones, firefighters, doctors. We had our whole first session of 6 weeks was all about agriculture. And we learned that, entomologists, they work with bugs, but that's part of the agriculture career cluster. And this session we just had our second day for the 6-week session. We're working with construction engineers and electricians, and we're gonna have a special display in the Irmo Town Park of some holiday lights that the students are going to be able to create and design and build. So we have a couple of students that wanted to say a few things and share about SC Career Kids and what we've been doing.
Hello, my name is EJ.
Come around here, I can't see him. All I see is his head. Yeah, take the mic out. There you go. Hold that mic.
My name is EJ, and I am in SC Career Kids.
All right, thank you.
SC Career Kids is fun because I can see my friends and my neighbors and one of my classmates.
What do you learn about SC Career Kids?
I learn about different jobs and careers, and that people have different skills for different jobs.
That's right. And you talk about the tools. What's the coolest thing you learned?
How to make butter.
How to make butter. That's right. And what study was that? What career cluster was that? Remember?
Agriculture.
Very good. All right, thank you. And Drew, can you come on up? All right, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Drew, and Career Kids is about learning about careers, and I like that you can learn about different careers, like what you want to be when you grow up. And
What's one of the favorite things that you've learned about?
U.S. Marshals,
U.S. Marshals. Yep. Why did you like that?
because you got to hold their shield and they told you what they did.
Right. So you're experiencing their tools, right?
Yeah.
Who was our career expert today?
I forgot his name. Mr. Klein.
So we're bringing in lots of people from our community, and we invite you in as
Facebook.
well. All right. Thank you so much.
YouTube. Not working.
All right. Do you guys want to? Can you walk up real quick through there and see? Perfect. There you go. Can they walk up and show you just a little parade of their work?
Oh, okay.
There you go. Those are all their experts with their tools and what they've learned.
Cool.
Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you. Yeah, that's right. You didn't, and then y'all mentioned y'all want to be a politician. That's
I'm
right.
really excited about seeing the mayor, though, today.
Oh,
that was
okay.
a big thing.
Hey, Miss Fincannon, Miss Principal Fincannon, where's she at? She's still here? Oh, hey, I would love to come and read to the class, any class that you have.
We would love that.
I would love to come and read to them and tell them about the career as being a mayor.
Yes, that would be
So
amazing.
anytime you want to invite me, you got my contact information, I'm sure.
I will, and I'll sign you up for Career Day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, Dr. Waldman, we continue on.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. We have several items tonight under Community Connections. Can we go to the next slide, Mia? And then I'll go back to those. Okay, the first two items I wanted to mention are two activities that are happening in the Harbison community. These are two events. One is a Christmas craft fair on November 19th, and this is a free admission fair. This is from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the rec center at Harbison. You can also get a table to sell items, to sell crafts, or you can purchase crafts at this craft fair. Also, there's a senior Christmas luncheon on Thursday, December 1st at noon, again at the Harbison Community Center. To find out more about that, just contact the Harbison Association at the Community Center. At Irmo High School, International School for the Arts, the Irmo Theater Company will be putting on a performance of a play called Backstage on November 17th, 18th, and 19th at various times, 7 p.m. on Thursday and Friday, and then 3 p.m. on Saturday. If you would like to get tickets or more information about this, you can, I don't know if you can scan this QR code. You can try it. But there, you can also just contact Irmo High School and the theater department. They would be able to hook you up with tickets. Also, now, Mia, if you could go back. Mia, if you could go back to that first slide. That one. On the right side of this slide is something that I wanted to bring to everyone's attention. Anyone can become a patron of the arts at Irmo High School. This is what they call the Gold Series patrons. And by becoming a patron, you make a donation, but you also get tickets to all their Gold Series performances throughout the year, and you get some other benefits. You get, mentioned in their brochures for each event and that sort of thing. Again, if you're interested in becoming a patron, you can contact me or contact Amy Mew at Irmo High School, and we can hook you up. And while we're on this slide, there's one other activity that might be of interest to parents in District 5, and that is the TRIDAC, the Tri-District Arts Consortium Summer Program. It will take place from June 12th to June 30th this summer. This is a program for rising 6th through 9th graders, so the current 5th through 8th graders are eligible. The nominations for this summer camp, this arts summer camp, are now open. And if you would like more information about this, the best place to go is to the District 5 website. That's lexrich5.org, and you can find the application materials. Also, if you want to find out more about the TRIDAC program, you can go to tridac.org. This is a program that allows students that are interested in a variety of different arts spend 3 weeks working intensely on their art of choice, whether it's creative writing, music, visual arts, theater arts, dance. There's quite a variety of things available. So those nominations are open now, and they will be open through sometime in mid-January.
Cool.
I think we've got a couple more.
Is that it, Dr. Wong?
No, there's more to come.
Okay.
Right. There's several things going on. There's a lot going on this month and next. The Mary's Mobile Market is going to hold a holiday farmers market at the Irmo Community Park on November 19th. Of course, we have the Irmo Christmas tree lighting on December 6th. And we also are going to have Coffee with a Cop on November 18th. And that is at Starbucks here on Lake Murray Boulevard. And that's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we got a lot going on in the town of Irmo, and I'm proud to say that we are moving forward, moving fastly forward. Thank you so much, Dr. Wallman, for that update. And I encourage people to get involved with these activities that you see coming up. Artist of the Month, Miss Sharon Funderburk. That's some of her work that's displayed right now. She will be on display in our town hall, right, Courtney? Is it the town hall? Okay. And she'll be on display on the wall when you first walk in. I encourage you guys to go and look at her work live, and maybe you can feel inclined so you can purchase it. And we are just proud to be able to do this every month. So thank you, Sharon Funderburk, for being the Artist of the Month for town of Irmo. Moving right along, I have one other receipt of communications, and it is from Christian Brothers Auto. As you know, would you guys come up? Christian Brothers Auto was new business of the month several months ago, and we are happy to have them in business. They opened a brand new automotive repair shop, and they wrote me a letter and called me about an issue they had, and I said, well, let's figure out how we can help them. As you know, our motto in the town of Irmo, no one should ever leave town hall feeling defeated. There's always something we can do that can help. So with that in mind, tell us about what I think the council, if you have something you want to give us, Courtney, would you pass it out for me? Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, council. We appreciate you having this open forum where we can speak to y'all tonight. I'm Jim Smith with my wife, Tammy Smith. We are the new owners of Christian Brothers Automotive in Irmo. First thing I'd like to say is that our welcome to Irmo has been spectacular. This is a wonderful community. We have received nothing but well wishes and warm regards from everybody we've met. We do have a problem, though. We have South Carolina DOT has created a single entry to our business by presenting a median and a traffic island, which impedes our business. but also creates a safety hazard for our community. I would say that upwards of over half of the customers that come in our building every day have issues with trying to get into our business and concerns about the traffic pattern that they had to utilize to get there. So coming down Irmo Drive, we are located at the corner of Irmo Drive and Highway 6. Coming down Irmo Drive from the center of Irmo, you cannot turn left into our business. There is a 100-yard, 150-yard median that was put in there that blocks access. That is the first challenge for customers because they don't know how to turn into our business. And we'll get to some of these pictures in a moment. Coming out of our business, it's only a right turn, which causes them to try to figure out how to get back to Highway 6. They're often making a confusing U-turn right there at the Publix entrance, or they're going around the backside of Publix, and then they're having to turn onto Highway 6 at a very busy intersection by Bank of America, which puts our customers and our community at risk. And then finally, customers are confused overall about how to exit with the traffic diamond that's in our parking lot. So we're asking for help from there. If you look at the pictures we've provided, the first picture you'll see is a draft of the design originally by DOT of what we had to put in. We have an exit that turns only to the right. We have an entrance that comes in only on a right turn. And directly in the middle of the street is that orange highlighted median. We've already had a lot of customers that have chosen to jump the curb and drive across the median, blowing out tires and doing different things, obviously causing a hazard for those that may be coming the other way. On the next page, you'll actually see a live image. You're looking across Irmo Drive, across the median toward the diamond that goes into our parking lot. So this is the actual physical structure that's causing a challenge for our customers. The page after that, this was not in DOT's design, but they designed the traffic pattern so narrow that the 18-wheelers and larger footprint vehicles that try to turn right on that correctly, otherwise they will hit the median or go over the median into other traffic. So subsequently, they are tearing up the right-of-way, and it's getting worse and worse as we go on. The next page after that is a picture from the corner of our property looking back toward Highway 6. You'll see Publix on the right, Highway 6 in front of you, and our building would be to the left. This shows that there is a sign that says no left turn. That inability for our customers to turn left out of our parking lot is causing the confusion. And then finally, the last picture is looking from inside of our parking lot to the divided island, which shows the right turn coming in and the right turn exiting our parking lot. Right. So one of the biggest challenges, because the public is trained to have a way to turn right and left, typically coming out of any commercial business, often we find our customers trying to turn left out of the incoming traffic lane, out of our parking lot. Probably every day we watch someone try to do that. It's very dangerous. They're going to end up going the wrong way down the street, realizing they're on the wrong side of the median, and they have nowhere to go. So very, very dangerous. So things that are happening, they're driving across the median. They're going down the left-hand lane against oncoming traffic. We see people that are actually coming westbound on Irmo who choose to change lanes, drive into head-on traffic to cut in the backside of our parking lot because they don't want to either do a U-turn, they don't want to go all the way around Publix, or they don't want to drive down the street on Highway 6 and turn around in their neighborhood. We also have, there's people that have chosen, or customers and community members have chosen to actually go to the end of Irmo Drive and do a U-turn. There is no sign saying you can't U-turn. They're doing that, but if you've ever driven that intersection, you know that it's one of our highest at-risk intersections. We hear people slide through that intersection, lock up their brakes all the time. The thought of people actually trying to do a U-turn there is very scary. And then we've mentioned the other ways that people are trying to get in. So what is our ask? Our ask is that we get your help as members of our community, as our council and our mayor, that we would lean on DOT to make a better solution, to give us something that would provide not only safe access to our business, that would provide us to be able to flourish within our community and our business. But most importantly, that you would keep our community safe. They're at risk. We hear every day they walk in like, why is it this way? Why did you do this? Well, that's hard for a business owner. We did not choose to do this. South Carolina DOT did. I think they need to walk back some of their decisions, and we need to come to a solution. So our ask today is that we're asking for your help to help us work with the DOT to come up with a better solution to provide access to our business and to provide our customers access out of our business back to get them home. When people ask us what we do, we say we keep people moving every day. I get to see people going to the grocery store, going to school, going to work, going to grandma's, visiting loved ones in the hospital. We keep people moving. We do all that through automotive repair. So we care about our community, and we want to see them flourish.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Everybody got it? It's not it. Anybody got it? Okay. Mr. Smith, we got it. We got your request, and I'll be back in touch with you personally, if not one of our council.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for having this open forum.
All right. Thank you. Is there any more receipt of communications? Anybody receive any other communication? Nope. Oh, there you are. Okay. Come on up. TFA Cafe.
Please excuse my tardiness.
No.
Please. Hello, I'm Jessica Carswell, owner of the TFA Cafe, formerly in the Honda dealership.
Fix the microphone so I can. There you go. There you
Is
go.
that better?
Thank you.
All right. Again, I'm Jessica Carswell, the owner of TFA Cafe, formerly in the Honda dealership. We're hosting, again, the second annual Irmo Holiday Market. And we want to do that here in Irmo again, of course, at the Irmo Community Park. And we have a budget that we have proposed, and we are, please excuse my having the copies, technical difficulties, but I do have that via electronically if you all need that. But we are asking that the town do support us this year in hosting the event in the community park, as well as with the financial piece of hosting the event. The event is again being hosted by TFA Cafe. We are no longer in the cafe at the Honda dealership, so we will, of course, need the town support in doing that. I have a full budget of what we spent last year on the event, the amount of vendors that we had, the income that we took in from the vendors that we had last year, and what we actually spent, and then what we are proposing to spend this year, and then what we're proposing to spend in the coming year. So I am posed to take any questions if you all have any questions about the event, how it went, what we propose for 2022 and going forward. But we have seen a lot of interest in the event. We do have a Facebook page for the event, website, that kind of thing, and email address, and we're always taking daily, literally daily, we're taking in responses from people asking about being vendors for the event, being patrons of the event, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of interest for the event.
So what was the, just for clarity, first of all, thank you. I think this is a great event. I know there was work on it last year as well.
Yes.
So I don't have those numbers in front of me. Are you asking for asking for funds from the town?
Yes, I'm asking for funds from the town as well as support in hosting the event at the community park. What I'm asking for this year is $5,000, and that will cover everything that we have in our budget for this year, including what we are bringing in from the vendors as well. What we spent last year, just to give you an idea of what we spent last year, we spent $1,820 last year. The town did donate $500. We collected $450 in vendor fees, and the deficit was paid by TFA Cafe. So that was what we did last year. So this year, so far, we've collected $600 in vendor fees. We still literally on the way here I had 3 vendors to contact me to get more information. So I do anticipate more vendors contacting us between now and the date of the event, which is December the 10th. That's where we stand now. And the projected budget with everything that we need to pay for outside of a lot of frills that we wanted is $5,200. And so far we've again collected to $600. So we're asking for the town for $5,000 to make sure that we don't go in a deficit as we did last year. Make sure all those bills are covered. And then we have at least $100 or $200 to bank on to say we have something going forward into 2023 to plan forward. And then we're also asking for support going forward with advertising, of course, for 2022, and then day of support if there's any, one who would be willing to come out and volunteer to help us on the day of to make sure things go well. And then we're also asking, we're asking also for ongoing support with the location, with hosting the event ongoing at that location, and the 2023 date, which we've already selected as December the 9th. And then we're asking for support as well with a committee going forward so that we can, right now it's just the company planning the event. So we do see a lot of interest in the event, so we foresee a lot of event interest going forward. So we want to form an actual committee and then budgetary commitment.
And thank you. And how many vendors do you have signed up right now?
So far, we have 9 vendors signed up.
Okay. And how many vendors did you have last year?
Last year, we had 5.
Okay. Thank you.
Any questions from the council?
What's the date of it this year?
December the 10th.
Okay, Barbara. Ms. Carswell, are you familiar with the events committee?
I am.
All right. I think that you need to contact the events committee, George Frazier, who's hiding in the back there. Talk to him about your events in the future planning, especially for next year. As far as, this is if your event is on the December 10th, we're pretty much there already. And we're not going to have another meeting until after your event. So if we were to make any decision on giving you money, we couldn't do it tonight. We'd have to wait until after our next meeting, which will be after your event. That's why I hope that you would contact Mr. Frazier over there. He can help you with the financial requests that you're doing and, getting it in front of us in enough time that, maybe we can give you some ARPA money or something, next year. Put it in the planning for that, or maybe not. The council will have to make that decision. But at this point, I would thank you for your presentation, and I would say if you would just contact Mr. Frazier and the chairman of the events committee, we can probably go forward with something this year. I don't know what. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate your time and consideration.
Okay. Any other communications? Seeing none? All right. Presentation by citizens. No citizens signed up. Anybody wants to talk about anything on our agenda? Seeing none. Unfinished business. Second and final reading of ordinance 2236. Is there a motion for second and final reading?
So moved.
I'll second.
All right. Any discussion? All right. Will the clerk read a roll?
Mr. Bush?
Yay.
Mr. Sickinger?
Yes.
Dr. Waldman?
Yes.
And Mayor Walker?
Yes. New business. First reading of ordinance 2237, and that's to annex Richland County tax parcel R33030103, 1194 Dutch Fork Road, now owned by Savage Realty and Development Incorporated. Is there a motion for first reading?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing Oh,
Yeah.
Mr. Bush?
Is this right next to the library, the Richland County
Yes.
Yeah.
Library? Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
The big thing.
It's got a trailer on it right now? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, thanks.
Any other question, any other discussion? Okay, clerk, read the roll, please.
Mr. Bush?
Yay.
Mr. Mr. Sickinger?
Yes.
Dr. Waldman?
Yes.
And Mayor Walker?
Yes. Approval of the bid to award Henley Construction an amount of $34,000 for fencing at Rawls Creek. This is a long-awaited fencing that's going to go in after the park has been graded. We've been working on this diligently. Is there a motion for approval? I make that motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Uh,
Yes, Mr. Mayor? So,
Any questions?
yes, so there was, this is the result of an RFP, and 5 bids, which is great. I love seeing 5 bids versus 1 or 2, and this is the lowest and best response.
Yeah.
Were there any other qualifications or answers from the response of the RFP, Courtney, that would be remarkable either way on the lowest bid?
We contacted the references who gave good references.
Okay. Dr. Wallman?
Yes, I have a question. One of the bids, I don't think it was this one, but one of them talked about using rectangular posts on the gates rather than cylindrical. Is that something that would be important for installation of the locking, gating mechanism?
I don't believe so. I mean, I've seen them on round gates, on pools and different community centers, so I don't think it would be an issue.
Good looking up. Mrs. Bush?
Yeah, so is this specifically for the dog, the fence for the pet areas?
Yeah.
And then this includes materials, right? Thanks.
Okay. Any more questions? All right. Will clerk read the roll, please?
Mr. Bush?
Yay.
Mr. Sickinger?
Yes.
Dr. Waldman?
Yes.
And Mayor Walker?
Yes. Approval of increase to the bonus program of $1,500. This will provide a Christmas bonus for retention purposes to all of the employees of the town of Irmo. I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, any conversation?
What are we increasing it from?
$1,500 for all employees.
What was it?
Oh, 700? Sorry about that.
That's about the difference in a grocery bill, I think, so.
Mr. Sickinger?
Is this, are we carving this out of ARPA round 2? Is that the intention?
A little bit.
Okay.
We got it like that. Dr. Wallman? Mr. Bush, you okay with it? Yeah. Okay, clerk, read the roll, please.
Mr. Bush?
Yay.
Mr.
Yes.
Dr. Waldman?
Yes.
And Mayor Walker?
Yes. Approval to accept a grant from SC Department of Public Safety in the amount of $48,600 to replace all of the police tasers in our department. This is a 90-10 match, so that's 27 tasers. I'll make a motion because I got a question.
I'll
Is there a
second.
second?
I'll second.
My question is I never knew a taser to go obsolete, but I was explained how they could possibly happen. Apparently, the tasers we have are 20-something years old, or really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, we still have some that were initially purchased by the town in 2004, 2005.
See, that was before Barry, so that tells you how old these tasers are. But apparently, these things go obsolete because the companies that make them go out of business, which means you can't buy the rechargeable taser cartridges, and some of these bad guys are big. You need the extra juice to stop them, and you can't get it. So I don't know how we made it so long with the same tasers, or maybe we don't have that much crime. I don't know. Maybe that's the good part about it. We don't use those tasers as much. but we do need to refurbish them, we do need to replace them. But my second question is, do you put them on the auction block on eBay or something, the old ones?
Yeah, there's a company in Florida that we would work with to try to get some of the money back for
Right.
the old ones. But this is, I kind of look at this like Apple. There's always a new software, a new version of a phone coming out, and
Yeah.
eventually that old phone just won't work anymore like it's supposed to.
Yeah, what are we on? We're on iPad or iPhone 29 now or whatever. You're on Taser 26. I get it, and I thank you for your comments. Any more questions? Anybody has a question?
Yeah.
Mr. Bush? Oh, Barbara? Is that Dr. Wallman?
Yes, just for clarification, this is a 90-10 match, so the town's portion of this would be $4,860?
Correct, 10%.
Thank you.
Mr. Bush?
Oh, so that's the difference in the amount of the award, 43, and then what it says in here is 48.6?
Correct.
All right. And what model are we getting?
The newest one, the Taser 7.
7.
So there is a number.
Actually, you can have different, there's all kinds of different configurations. You can double,
Double voltage.
If the first one doesn't work, you got the second one. That's way better.
All right. Any more questions? Will the clerk read the roll, please?
Mr. Bush?
Yeah.
Mr. Sickinger?
Yes.
Dr. Waldman?
Yes.
And Mayor Walker?
Yes. We have an appointment to the Irmo Planning Commission. We have one opening and one applicant. Are there any other applicants? Does anybody know? Has anybody have any appointments for any others? Seeing none, well, then I make a motion to appoint Mr. Ed Wadlington.
I'll second that.
And is there any comments, any conversation on that?
Yes.
Will the clerk read? I'm sorry.
If you don't mind, just for the record.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I think obviously a qualified applicant, but just to note that with one application, I read on social media and in the news and in conversation with our neighbors in our community all the time about how people feel very strongly about some of these things that the Planning Commission decides. And I would encourage the people who feel that strongly and come out to meetings and write emails and go on Facebook and Nextdoor and other social media, I would encourage them to apply and be a part of that process.
Good point. Thank you very much, Mr. Signature. Very good point. Any more comments? I agree too. We all agree up here. Will the clerk read the roll, please?
Mr. Bush?
Yay.
Mr. Sickinger?
Yes.
Dr. Waldman?
Yes.
And Mayor Walker?
Yes. All right, item F. Since the council person to put that on is not here, and I would like to give him an opportunity to explain his position on this. I would like to not approve this, or what I'm gonna do, make a motion to approve it, not get a second, and then it will fail, and then we can go on to the next one. So I make that motion. Is there a second? Okay, hearing none, the motion of approval fails, and he can put it back on or whatever he wants to do next meeting. Presentation by citizens. This is a point where you can get up in front of council and tell us what a great job we're doing and how you want us to continue on what we're doing and how we're making Irmo move forward. Are there any citizens here to make a presentation by citizens? Seeing none, we're going to move to discussion. ARPA funds. As you know, we have received our second tranche of $2.5 million plus from Joe Biden and the ARPA money. And being such a great town, like we've heard tonight on our annual assessment, our annual town assessment, that we are a town of a $9 million budget. We are running the town so efficiently that last year we had a $6 million basically surplus, which is great. That means we actually function the whole town with less than what we actually planned, which is a good thing. And I think we can all be commended from the council all the way down to Courtney, our administrator, to Whit and his folks for being very conscious about expenses, the court system, town hall, and especially the police department, which is a big chunk of our budget. They go out and get grants, like they got a grant tonight, they had a grant last week. They're going out and getting grants for a lot of the expenses that they have, which is what I wanted to do from the get-go. I wanted us to become a proactive council, a proactive town, and go after some of that free money that I call free money, the money that's put out there for citizens in town to do things. In that vein, I wanted us to look at, this is the beginning of the discussion. We can continue this at our workshop, but at least to begin it here and to get it out in public. I think we need to take some of that ARPA money and about maybe $400,000 I think we spent last year and set it aside for grants like we did for the previous amount. And then take a good look at our security in town. We have an opportunity, in fact, during the Ochre Strut, y'all might have seen a demonstration from the company that was showing us the new technology in cameras. We have the ability now to have cameras set up throughout the town and be monitored by one central location. What that means is we can have a police officer in a car, get a call for something, be able to videotape that activity in that area, go back and zoom in on license plates, zoom in on people and the activity in that area, if we have the cameras set up. So I wouldn't think it would be a far-fetched to bring some security into our town by looking at or investigating what it would cost to put cameras throughout the town of Irmo, especially in the high-traffic areas, and use some of that ARPA money to do that. This is that would be a long-term investment, something that doesn't happen once, but something that we can invest in at one time that will be a long-term return over many years and bring some security, help the police department with the security. And I'm sure they'd be glad to have it and they would be glad to use that technology. But that's just one item, one area I'd like to look at. Do y'all have any others? Councilman Sickinger?
No, nothing particular to add. I mean, I think the most important thing with ARPA funding, either in addition to or in complement to, is to make sure that the funds are spent in ways that maybe the town wouldn't otherwise have the funds to do. Capital expenditures that will have a lasting long-term impact on the town. And some of the things that you mentioned are along those lines. And, one of the things that has been a pet project of mine is kind of that concept of a downtown, and take the necessary steps for us to provide the space for a downtown to be a possibility, where today everyone's spread out across literally all of Irmo's boundaries, from the Irmo Road, Route 6 area all the way down to Lake Murray and everywhere else. There is no central place, and I really think that that would be a big benefit to the long-term feasibility of the town.
Okay. Mr. Bush?
I think it'd be better. We'll have a much
Microphone.
more open forum in our workshop to discuss all that.
I understand. I just want to get it started here.
I do think we do need to have save some for a rainy day.
Yes.
Like it's raining right now.
Okay. Dr. Wall?
I agree that we should be thinking in terms of long-term capital investments in the town, the parks, the downtown. Security is always a good investment. So I agree with all the ideas tonight.
Fantastic. All right, well then, can we put that on as a discussion item on our next workshop? Just the beginnings of how we should spend that.
It's getting pretty full already, but.
The workshop? Okay. All right, well, I'm glad we put that on there. Thank you. Any other discussion? All right. Seeing none, executive session, we do have one, a legal receipt of advice regarding a pending litigation. Is there a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Point of information?
Okay, all in favor of going?
No, I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor, point of information. It references 3470AS, and there is no S, subsection S. It's numbered 1 through 5. it's 5. So the reason for us to go into an executive session then is matters relating to proposed location expansion, provision of services, encouraging location or expansion of industries or other businesses in the area served by the public body.
Mumbling. Say
I'm
it.
not mumbling. I'm reading the subsection 5.
Okay.
I don't want to waste time slowly drawing through it. I think it might be 1, but it's subsection 1.
It is 1.
Okay.
I apologize.
That's all right. I just want to make sure because the executive session rules are very strict about this.
So read it, is it supposed to be 30-4-70-A-1?
Correct.
Okay.
Do we need to make a motion to correct it on the agenda or no?
I think the verbal is fine.
Okay, so that's the motion to go for, get legal advice regarding that pending litigation. We have a first and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, we are not taking any votes back there. We'll be right back. Sit tight if you would like to, and I thank y'all for coming to the meeting. We are back from our executive session. Our votes are taken. Is there a motion to continue?
So,
is there a second?
Second.
All right, we are back into our regular meeting. Any other business? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved in second. All in favor say aye. Aye. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. We are now adjourned.